Hello and welcome to another episode of the Real Estate Investing Club. I'm your host, Gabe Peterson, and this is the place investors go to gain actionable advice, learn about current market trends, and hear war stories from other professional investors out there in the field today. Before we get started, I have two quick housekeeping items for you. First, if you like this episode, we would very much appreciate a like, subscribe, and share. It is the best way to support the show and keep it running far into the future. Second, if you're a new investor looking to get started in real estate or an experienced investor looking to take your investing to the next level, I've created an ebook just for you that will cover how to find deals that are actually deals, how to finance those deals with little to no money down, and how to exit those deals for maximum value. On top of that, I throw in an insane amount of free bonuses that you'll have access to once you buy the ebook. All I charge is our admin costs to keep this show running. So if you're serious about real estate investing and want to create both active and passive income as an investor, head on over to the website at therealestateinvestingclub.com and click on the button that says get the ebook in the upper right-hand corner to grab yourself a copy. With that said, let's dive right in. Today we have a very special guest with us, ready to drop some investor knowledge on you. So buckle up, grab your pen and paper, and enjoy the ride. All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Real Estate Investing Club. Today we have Sanjay Hegde. And Sanjay, I apologize. I did not ask how to pronounce your last name before we jumped on this. So did I get that right? Was it the ballpark?
No, it is Hegde, but it's fine.
Hegde. All right. Sanjay Hegde. Sanjay is the founder and president of Blue Ring Investors, LLC. He is a pharmacist turned investor, and he has a lot of good advice to give us today. So I am excited to have you here, Sanjay. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm from North Carolina, Gabe, and actually the cloud is just opening up now. So it was a little bit rainy over here, but looks good right now. So yeah, it's all good. And I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me right now and also inviting me as a guest.
Yeah, absolutely. And rain, I mean, you're channeling your inner Seattle. I'm from Seattle. We always have rain. So it sounds like we're on the same boat there.
There you go.
So Sanjay, as I said before we got on the show, we always start with stories here at the Real Estate Investing Club. So can you take us to the beginning? How did you get started in real estate in the first place?
Phew, that's a loaded question, man. Gabe, I moved from India in the year 2001.
Okay.
And even though my education is in pharmacy, I could not practice it here in the United States because I don't have a formal education in pharmacy in the United States. And I don't have a license, so I cannot practice it over here. So which brings me to, like, when I came to the US, I really did not know what else to do. And it took me a little bit longer to get actually, my physical green card in my hand. And that kind of took away my ability to actually apply for a job as soon as I got here. And one of the things, I don't know, Gabe, if you're married or not, but if you're married and you don't have a job, you tend to make babies. And that's exactly what happened with me. You know, my wife gets pregnant and I had to really go look for a job. And I found a job at a battery company as on the floor at $7.25 and 50 cents in shift premium. That's where I started. And my first year was $17,000. But then again, you know, America is all about the land of opportunities. And trust me, I grabbed it with both my hands and I started growing within the company and became the director of sales for Americas and Asia. But after jumping into becoming a mechanic and production supervisor, a sales rep, sales manager, and director of sales for Americas and Asia, traveled the world, got promoted as the vice president of sales and marketing. So it was a beautiful journey going from $7.25 per hour to doing $250,000 in W2. So when you do W2s in $250,000, you have money to put somewhere, right? Now you got to stash it someplace. So there you go. That's where I get into my real estate. Okay, so I thought about getting into single family and started single family, investing in that. And maybe some people get lucky. Maybe I just was stupid enough not to invest it properly. And man, I was seeing that I was either getting it into a break even or I was losing money in it. So, so I was like, man, what am I doing wrong over here? Then later on, I thought maybe flipping is something for me. And guess what? Maybe it's me or we just Indians. We are good at bean counting. We are really good at IT, maybe, or even being a doctor, but definitely not when it comes down to flipping homes, man, because we're not good with skill saw and everything. We like to keep our thumbs everything properly. I'm not good at it at all. So I said, no, that's not for me. And then later on, it ended up where RE Mentor, which is a group that is into mentorship of multifamily investments. And I went there for their classes, and I went through their boot camp. And after boot camp, I said, this is something that I can really do, and got into their mentorship program. And that's pretty much how I started getting into the multifamily space. So that was my journey, man.
That is a killer story. That you've I mean, you definitely went all over the place. I'm sure coming in, I mean, to the US in 2001, not able to find a job because you didn't have the license to do your trained job as a pharmacist. That had to have been scary. It had to have been quite the experience.
You have no idea what it was, because I can tell you, I started on the floor, and then 9/11 happens, and they were looking for a maintenance mechanic, and I go in and apply for that job. And the supervisor comes in, his name was Rick Drury. He comes in and he asked me, hey, Sanjay, have you done maintenance before? I said, I'd never done this job before. I learned how to do this, right? So give me a chance. So I'm telling you, man, it was fun though. It was a fun journey. I enjoyed every single bit of it.
Yeah, man. No, I love it. Starting as a mechanic, you went up through the ranks, become the director of sales, which is great. And then, you had this money, you were making good money in your job, and you needed to put it somewhere, which got you into real estate. So it's a great story. And I love to hear people coming from the bottom to the top, just off of hard work. So congratulations on that. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like you started in single family and you moved on from single family, and you hear this story over and over again, because you're right, flipping houses. I tried to flip some houses. I don't think it's just an Indian thing. I think you just got to be crazy in order to flip houses, because man, I was horrible at it, and it sounds like you had the same experience. So you started there, and then you moved on through, you said RE Mentors. Is that so you had kind of like a mentorship program that got you into multifamily?
Yes. Yeah, the RE Mentor was started by Dale Lindahl, and he did several. He's got a pretty good training classes going on, and I kind of joined that. And I signed up for their mentorship program, which was really, really good, because the 3-day boot camp doesn't really teach you a whole lot. Like it gives you just enough to get dangerous. And after having enough experience in single family and doing some of the crazy things I did, I thought having a good understanding of really getting into something that you really need to know, that mentorship was the right thing to do.
Yep, absolutely. And, I say that over and over again on this podcast. If you're getting into real estate, find someone who's been there, done that, and learn from them, because it is so hard to learn on your own. You can't just watch HGTV and expect it to, go all guns and roses like that. So you got a mentor and you got into multifamily. Can you kind of take me to that transition? You were doing flips. How'd the first multifamily go? How'd you find it? Were you, did you raise your own money? Did you have the money to buy it?
Okay. So that's the thing, right? You don't really have a lot of money. But that's the beauty about syndication and multifamily, right? You don't need to have a lot of money. You need to have the right kind of people. That's the beauty about this when compared to single family and the others, right? Multifamily is not. I always say that this is not like golf. Now, this is a team sport, right? You have to have the right kind of team with you. You need to have the right kind of people supporting you, and gathering all of that is the key. So the thing is, you don't always have to have your own deal. You can always have somebody else having a deal. You have the right sponsors. You have the right kind of people around you to do the right kind of jobs, right? And if you feel that every person has their how would I say, the superpower, I would say, right? Like somebody is good at underwriting, somebody is good at finding deals, somebody is really good with raising money. So these are each and everyone's superpower. And you have to find that superpower, right? Like you got to figure out what am I going to be good at, and it takes time. It takes time, and it comes once you know what you're good at, and then that's what you do, right? So to me, it was like, hey, I think I might be able to raise money. The reason being because for me it was more or less like I was in sales and marketing all through, right, for almost 15, 20 years. And I looked at it as like, hey, this is something that I can do. So I kind of got into other people's deals by pretty much saying, "Hey, I can raise money for you," and that is pretty much how the journey starts.
Yep. And it all, I mean, especially when people get started on the bigger deals, money is really that can be the hurdle. Coming up with the down payment, coming up with anything to be able to take the deal down is definitely that's the hard part. So
I can tell you this much, Gabe. It was funny that people used to say that, "Hey, if you have a great deal, money will come." And it took me a while. I was like, "Oh, really?" And then one day I was sitting and I was talking to one of my sponsors, and he was like, "Sanjay, they say that, but that's not true. If we really can get money, that's where you can, like, if you feel that that's your comfort zone, I think you should focus on that, because there are a lot of people out there who really need that, and that's pretty much where I felt like, okay, I need to be focusing on, and that's how I got into this.
Yep, absolutely. So kind of let's take the perspective of someone who, let's say they've done a few single family flips. They came to the same conclusion you and I came to, like, this is not for me. I got to do something else. And they're starting to look at multifamily deals. And now the purchase price went from 200,000 to 2 million. And they realize, like, shit, I don't have enough money to do this. Their next step, they want to go out and find money. What are the things that they should be doing in order to raise capital to take down their first larger multifamily deal?
Okay, so both Gabe, you and I know this, that capital raising is everybody's responsibility. But so from day one, you really need to start talking to your friends and families. Let the people know around you that you are in this business and you're serious about this business. And more than anything else, I would definitely tell everybody, get educated, go get a mentor, right? Don't do this half-ass, because you don't want somebody thinking, does this guy even know what he's doing? Right? So you want to know the numbers, you want to understand how the underwriting was done, where is the real money going to come from, so that when you're talking to people, you come educated. So that's the key, right? So networking is very, very important. Let people know what you are doing and educate yourself on it, and basically just be yourself, right? Because don't hesitate or don't shy away from asking people for money. It's a simple thing, because you're not asking for money, you're giving them an opportunity. And when you're giving them an opportunity, it is like, hey man, I'm coming to you. There is this opportunity out here that I'm working on, and I want you to be part of this opportunity, because guess what? I'm going to make money, that's for sure, but it's not all about me. It's about you. You're going to make more money out of this. And this is how you'll be making more money out of it. And educate them, because not everybody out there is understanding. There are a lot of people that don't even know that you're in this business. And even if they know that you're doing something, they don't know what you are doing. So be open about it. Tell them, this is what I do. And guess what? Eat, sleep, breathe this. And don't just keep talking about that all the time, but try to make them understand that you are doing this for a living, and make them understand that there is money to be made for all of us. So, yep. And how can you bring value to them?
Yep, absolutely. And I love the thing that you just said, because it really, the tendency is you want, like, at least for myself, when I first started doing all of this, I kind of felt like I needed something from them. Like I felt like I was, I don't know, almost imposing myself on them. Like, I need your money. And it kind of felt like I don't know, the perspective that you need to be taking that I've learned since then is that it's not really you taking something from them. It's, as you said, it's an opportunity. Like you're giving them an opportunity to make money, because, on any deal that you do, you're going to make more than any other opportunity out there. Specifically the stock market. People always look at the stock market. That's where they put their money to make more money. And any syndicated deal you do is going to have I mean, sometimes double returns that you see from the stock market. So you're giving them an opportunity to make more money than they would in any other investment opportunity out there. And that's really the mentality that you have to go into this with.
Absolutely. And I will tell them that this much, that when you first start off with your friends and families, you'll have a whole bunch of people not even talk to you. Because the first thing, they'll be like, oh my goodness, there comes Sanjay. He's going to ask for money.
I don't have money, man. Go away.
Go away. But no, that's not how it is. Just make them feel at ease that, okay, hey man, I'm just telling you, this is my story. This is what I'm doing. You don't have to do this, but listen to me. And you know what? If there's anybody out there if you feel that there is somebody out there who is going to benefit from this, just spread the word. That's all I'm asking for. And, go from there. And honestly, guys, I can tell you, your friends and your families are the first ones who will not come to you giving you money. It's always good to go from strangers, because strangers will at least trust you with their money more than your friends and families.
That's totally true. You're
it's a fun journey, man. It's fun.
Yeah, for sure. I also, the one other thing that you said earlier, I really liked. You said, start with education. And we were talking about mentorship earlier. Mentorship is super important, but it's also really important to know the deal that you're offering them. If you don't know the underwriting of the deal, it's really hard to sell that to someone. You need to know the plan going into it, like what's the value add you guys are going to get. What are you expecting the pro forma exit to be? So you need to know that deal backwards and forwards for you to actually believe yourself that this is a good opportunity for the person going in, giving their money to you.
It's a very simple thing. If you look at it, and if you don't feel that you're going to put money into it, don't expect somebody else to put money into it. It's a very simple thing. For me, it's like, if I'm not going to be putting my money into it, how could I expect somebody else to put money into it? It's that simple.
Yep, absolutely. Man, so we've already blown through our time limit here. Before we go though, I want to ask, you've raised capital, you've done deals. Originally we had talked about multifamily, student housing, and senior housing, before we got on the show. Why do you choose those asset classes as your focus? What about specifically student housing and senior housing are you so interested in?
Oh, very good question, Gabe, over there. It's a very loaded question. You ask very loaded questions there, Dave. I'll try to keep it as simple and quick as possible. See, everybody needs a place to live. That's number one, right? And as long as you can give them an affordable, well-kept apartment building, it's always in demand. So that's obviously there, right? And multifamily is the beauty about all of these three asset classes is that unlike stocks and bonds, right, it doesn't fluctuate. So you can increase your rents based on the inflation that comes with it. So that's a good thing about it. Senior housing, it's a very simple thing, man. Like in 1955, the expectancy rate was like 49 years, right? A person wouldn't live long. But thanks to our modern science, right, everybody's age limits have gone up, man.
Yeah,
man. Nowadays, it's like what, 72 years? And by 2040, they are going to expect people are going to be reaching even crazy amounts. And it's going to be like 1.3 billion people are going to still be alive and looking for houses to stay. So senior housing definitely has a place up there. And a student, come on, both you and me, we've been to college, and the first year is good to be in the dorm, but come on, after that we want a space, and the beauty about it is our parents pay for it. So why not stay outside, right? So there is a place for that too. So all of these are great, and student housing, good part is like, hey, you have like two people sharing that room, right? So now you have like a 3-bedroom apartment. You have it's 6 people sharing that same apartment, and each of them are paying, like, say for example, $400 per month. That's imagine it's like $1,000 per room. That's $3,000 right off the bat, right? Yep. So it's for just one apartment, where you would have probably not got as much from a single family person staying over there. So those are the advantages that you have for those. Yep. So yeah, those are all good investments to put your money in.
Absolutely. And I think it was like The Economist or something. I read a while ago an article, and it was about the aging. They called it like a problem or something like that. But just the aging trend that's happening, and it showed that the population used to be kind of like a diamond with a big fat, or a regular bell curve with a big fat amount of the majority of the people are in the center. They're in their 30s, 40s, but slowly and surely the man, I wish I knew my math terms better, but it's becoming the majority of the people are aging. They're aging out, and so the bulk of the population.
Yeah.
Yep. The bulk of the population is towards the right end of that spectrum. So yeah, it makes sense. Senior housing, people are getting older and they need places to live, and their senior housing specifically has good opportunities for people because the houses themselves are designed differently. So
exactly.
Awesome, makes sense. All right,
and
well,
we got a huge deficiency of it too. That's also there's a supply and demand issue. So
Yep. All right, well, I got to push us into the quick question round. Are you ready?
I'll try my best.
All right. It always starts with books because I'm a big bookie. So why don't you give us 2 book recommendations, one for general life wisdom and one for real estate?
Rich Dad, Poor Dad is definitely good, and take a look at this book, Supreme Influence. Okay, change your life with the power of language you use. It's really good. You got to understand how you speak, what you say is very, very important. So I would definitely do that.
Awesome. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad, one of the Bibles of real estate, and Supreme Influence. I've never heard about that one, but I like the idea for sure. Okay, moving on. This one is for your younger self. If you could go back to the Sanjay who, let's say you just got to the US 2001, couldn't use your pharmacy degree anymore, go up to that Sanjay, look him in the eye, give him one piece of advice moving forward.
Very simple. Do what you did then, do it now again, because guess what? Everything that you do is an experience. So I would not change a single thing that I did, because if I would, then I would not experience what I have today. So the way I look at life is whatever happens for a good reason. So don't change anything. Take every single thing as an experience and learn from it.
Perfect. I love it. Keep the nose to the ground and just focus on the present moment. Good advice.
Exactly.
Moving on. Next question is, oh, I lost my spot. I do this often on the show, losing my spot of where I'm looking. There we go. All right. So, what is, habits are the foundation of our life. So if you could point to one thing that you do day in, day out that you feel kind of contributes the most to your life, what would that thing be?
Discipline.
Okay.
Be very disciplined. Always. Just make sure that you have a timetable. Make sure that you follow that. Plan your day accordingly. At the same time, keep enough time for some variables, because life doesn't always go as planned. So keep some space for that. But I can say, be disciplined, and life will be good. You know that's very important.
Absolutely. Okay, next question. What is it that you enjoy the most about being in real estate?
Meeting new people, raising money, the challenge that comes when your last minute changes happen, like one of your investors pulls his money at the last minute and now you're scrambling, the adrenaline rush that comes with it, that's the amazing part.
And believe me, that will happen. Real estate never goes the way you want it to. All right. And second to last question, the United States is a very big place. There are, I don't know how many square miles out there, but there's a lot of them, which means there's a lot of places to buy real estate. So what area of the United States are you most interested and excited to put your investing dollars in today?
Honestly, wherever there is money, because that's the beauty of being in multifamily and syndication. Because you're not running it by yourself, right? Just like a single family, you got to be there, take care of everything. Here, you don't need to. You can be in any part of United States and still have, like, one I have is in Omaha, the other one is in Wisconsin. Come on, how many of them can do that, right? You can stay wherever you want and still have your own business. So it's all about the money, man. Wherever the money is, follow the money.
Absolutely. Which brings us to our last question. You've given us a lot of good advice, some things that people, I'm sure, want to reach out and ask you, say hi. What is the best way for people to reach out?
You can always reach me on my website, www.blueringinvestors.com. I'm also on Facebook as well as Instagram, on LinkedIn. So they can reach me anytime in any of these places. And also, when they go to my website, there is a Calendly where they can actually get in touch with. They can fix an appointment anytime. And I would definitely encourage your listeners and viewers to actually go and download my white paper on 9 reasons why to invest in real estate. And also, I'm writing a book which will talk a lot about syndication. So any of them who are newbies, who want to understand what syndication is all about, understand what real estate is all about, they can download that as well. It should be up there in the coming couple of weeks. And also, I have a YouTube channel that they can subscribe to.
Perfect. So there's tons of content out there. I love it.
Absolutely. I make it very easy, man. I'm a very accessible guy.
So that is blueringinvestors.com. If you guys want to reach out and say hi to Sanjay, just click the little more in the description. It'll pop down the full description, and in there you can find Sanjay's link. Click through and say hi. So yeah, Sanjay, thank you for hopping on the show. It's been a pleasure talking with you.
Gabe, same thing. I want to thank you, as well as I want to thank your viewers as well as listeners. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to me. And Gabe, thank you for inviting me on the show.
Absolutely. No, I've enjoyed it myself. So thanks for coming on. For everybody who is here with us today, as always, thank you guys for showing up. You are the reason that we do this. So we appreciate having you here. If you have any questions whatsoever, reach out to me, Gabe at therealestateinvestingclub.com. Other than that, I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic week. Keep rocking real estate, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Real Estate Investing Club. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as much as I enjoyed putting it on, and we're able to pull some actionable advice that you can apply in your own investing today in the field. Before you go, we have a gift for you. If you're a new investor looking to get started, or an established investor looking to take your investing to the next level, I've created an ebook just for you, available on our website. This ebook will cover how I was able to create both active and passive income in real estate with very little money to start with. In it, I will address the 3 most often cited obstacles new and veteran investors run into by showing you how to find deals that are actually deals, how to finance a deal with little to no money down, and how to exit those deals for maximum value. And if you get the ebook today, I am throwing in a bundle of bonuses, 7 of them to be exact. The first one will be the off-market lead generation blueprint, which will take you through the exact systems and processes we use to generate off-market leads like clockwork, which is the most important skill when it comes to creating wealth in real estate. The second bonus is the A to Z REI systems and vendors guide, which will allow you to peek under the hood of our business and see the exact tools, systems, and even the vendors we use to see the success that we do. And the third bonus is the top 100 best performing keywords pack, which will give you the exact keywords we use to target motivated sellers online using PPC ads. The fourth bonus is our contracts bundle for wholesaling and renting real estate, which will give you access to all the contracts we use in the field to execute all different types of transactions. After that is the Investors Quick Analysis Calculator and Offer Tool, which will allow you to quickly calculate whether a deal is an actual deal and will allow you to create an offer automatically from those calculations. This is a lot of bonuses that I said. I'm just going to keep going down the list. Number 6 is the Investors Daily Success Tracker, which is a tracker you can use to ensure you are taking the right actions day in and day out to reach your financial goals in real estate. And the last bonus is the Wholesalers Template for Quick Assignment Cash, which will give you the templates we use to present our wholesale deals professionally and efficiently to our buyers. Whew, that is a bundle. So it's a mouthful. You get all of those bonuses for free when you download the ebook. All we charge is the admin cost to run the show. So if you're interested in the ebook and the bonus bundle, head on over to the website at therealestateinvestingclub.com. Click on Get the Ebook Bundle at the top of the page to take advantage of that deal. And with that said, I hope you have a fantastic day, an even better week. Keep rocking real estate, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.